plant-based diets while saving money. So eating plant-based on a budget. Now, way too often I hear people talk about how eating healthy is too expensive, eating vegan is too expensive, eating organic is too expensive, and it really doesn't have to be. It's just going to be up to you to really do your research, do your homework, find out what works for you and what doesn't. Don't necessarily follow what everyone else is doing. Take bits and pieces of what you hear and what you learn, know what works for you, and do it that way. So if you would like to know more, keep watching this video. So first thing I'm going to say, which you probably heard before, is to shop at your local farmers market. This is so important to support our local farmers, on top of the fact that you can save so much money and get such fresh, good produce locally, where shopping in huge chain grocery stores, the quality is just not the same as when you shop locally. So definitely shop locally and shop in season. So buy what's in season. Usually things that are in season, there is an abundance of it and the price is going to be a little lower for you. So there you go. That would be the first thing. When it comes to organic and inorganic, GMO, it's such a huge ordeal these days and it's really frustrating, and trust me, I understand. But what I try to do is follow the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15. That just gives the list of the things that are heavily sprayed with pesticides. When it comes to GMO, because there is no label for that, you can kind of tell. Like some things are, they don't look right anymore. Like, or things that don't have seeds. It's just, I feel like we know what we should be eating and what we shouldn't be eating. Some people don't know. They don't even understand. They see an apple, it looks like an apple, let me eat this apple. But they are not all created equally. So just pay attention to what it is that you're purchasing. And there's also a little cheat code to kind of tell you what the produce, how it was made. So if you look on the barcode, there are certain digits that they have and start with certain numbers. I'm not exactly sure, but I found the link on Tumblr and I will link it below, where it shows if it's organic, if it was just conventionally grown, and if it is GMO. So hopefully that helps as well. You don't have to waste all your money buying everything organic if you can't afford it. 'Cause trust me, I can't. I try to, but it's hard sometimes, to be honest. So that would be the first thing. The next thing would be to buy in bulk. And you don't want to buy everything in bulk. You don't want to buy like, you know, things that spoil quickly in bulk, but bases of your diet, like rice, if you eat rice, if you eat pasta, if you still eat, you know, oats and beans, especially beans, dried beans, you can buy these things in bulk, even canned. But if you buy dried beans, you're going to save way more money than the little bit that you get in cans. It might seem cheaper at first, but it doesn't add up to be cheaper if you're gonna buy canned beans all the time. So definitely dried beans, lentils, and rice, brown rice, jasmine rice, whatever kind of rice, huge bags you can get for really inexpensive. I know everyone lives in different places and not everywhere is the same, but things that are, you know, local for you, that are not expensive, go for that. The next thing would be to only buy what it is that you need. And I know that, you know, you start a new way of eating and you want to try all these great things, but food adds up. And the thing with food is that it goes bad. So if you don't use it, then it's going to go to waste. So definitely know what your staples are and what you love to eat and what you can eat a lot of, and stick to those things. Once in a while, try new recipes, try new things. Try to make those recipes based off of your staples. You know what I mean? So like for me, some staples that I will always have, always on my grocery list, are bananas, avocados, almond milk, cherry tomatoes, pasta, you know, things like that. Really simple, really easy, really minimal, clean, basic things that you can mix and switch and add this seasoning and that seasoning, and it makes a completely different dish. So know what it is that you like and stick with what you like and be okay with that. And yeah, so the last thing I would do to save money would definitely be to cook your own food. That is just like, duh, because when you go out to eat, yeah, it's great, but you can add up so much over eating out on a regular basis, especially if you're like a student or if you're on the go at work, things like that. Like pack your lunch, bring it to work. You'll save so much money, and you know exactly what's going into your food, all good ingredients that you bought yourself and you grew yourself, however you brought it to the meal. You don't have to guess, like, is it really vegan? Is it really vegetarian? Did they just say that? Did they just pick the pieces of the meat off? I get paranoid like that. So yeah, that would be the last thing, to cook your own food, and that way you don't make too much. You make exactly what's going to be enough, what you know you'll eat. You may have leftovers, you can have it for lunch the next day. So I hope this would help. There are ways you can always cut corners when it comes to spending money, especially on food. My next endeavor, I guess, is going to be to start growing my own food, because that's like the ultimate money saver. And I know it's not easy depending on the climate you live in, but I'm gonna try with a few things: tomatoes, peppers, maybe lettuce, you know, simple things, and see how it goes. Any of you guys have your own like vegetable garden and you want to share that experience with me, let me know below, because I have a lot to learn, but I really want to, because I don't want to keep wasting so much money on food when, you know, we can grow it. It all comes from the earth. So thanks so much for watching. I hope this can help somebody, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.